With our conversation today, we're going to talk a lot about how we started our social media network. Now, the social media network that we're referring to is the Helpful Home Inspector Network, which is what you're watching today or listening to today if you're on the listening to the podcast. The social media network that we've created around the Helpful Home Inspector and the concept of the Helpful Home Inspector has come a long way since its inception, which would have been January 2002 or 2022?
No, 2022.
2022.
Yeah. A year ago,
And that was when we sat down and we're like, all right, we had all these ideas. Let's do something with it, And so.
Well, and it came because we wanted that education piece of the, home inspection business, the HSH property inspection. And we do like that education piece, and our inspectors definitely educate you when they inspect the property on different things within the house and that kind of stuff. But there's a whole nother education piece of when you own a house. And so, how can we get that education piece out? And so we had this idea of the home inspection YouTube channel, Facebook page, that kind of stuff. So we came up with the Helpful Home Inspector concept.
You and I spent a weekend up north.
We did.
And we had talked about it ahead of time, and we kind of were starting to come up with ideas and what we could talk about, and what would the title be, name of it be, and all that kind of stuff. We had a lot of ideas, and we went up north and we just kind of barricaded in for a weekend, and we just kind of hashed stuff out. And we looked at what we want to do, came up with a plan, and all these other things, and formulated the idea into a working model that we could follow. Okay. And Tammy's right. It was an education piece. It was basically a lot of the stuff that I do on a daily basis, talking to my clients and helping them better understand how to maintain and take care of their home. And me and my guys do, Mike, and we do this on an everyday basis. And so I guess documenting some of that information, getting it out there for other people that may not have been our clients, but still being able to help them. Not only is it helping the public, helping people better maintain and take care of their homes, but it also is a support piece for our business, which is HSH Property Inspection. Okay. And while that is our business, the YouTube channel is not a business by itself. It doesn't make any money. So
it doesn't.
We'll get into that. But
at some point it will. We're in it for the long run, but that education piece, I think both of us are very helpful souls and like to help other people and that kind of stuff. And so this is one of those ways that we can do that. And it allows me to be creative, which I enjoy doing.
Well, she likes editing the videos and the sound elements and all that kind of stuff. And and she's gotten a lot better at it. I mean, Tami came from a position of not ever doing video editing at all, really.
No, I mean, my strength is learning software. So I started out as a business education teacher. So I had to learn the video editing software and all that kind of stuff. I knew some Adobe products, but I didn't know the video editing piece. So it's come a long way from when you watch the very first video compared to now. It's a lot of learning process.
There's a lot of different options with video editing software.
Yeah.
And we looked at a number of them, chose to go with Adobe, and Tammy's kind of tried to immerse herself in it. I was and still kind of I was and still kind of am going out and getting some education about it, because working with a professional that works with Adobe products all the time, Tami could go to the next level with it. But there's a whole time factor that's not figured into that equation. And so Tami pretty much just learned on the go. And so the first video to this video, a huge difference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and just watching different videos and what pieces do you like, do you not like, and then learning how to do it and that kind of stuff. And, I mean, it came to a point where we were talking about it and we were talking about what we want to do. We were dreaming kind of and planning how to do this. And then finally we just, after watching a couple of videos and other people and talking with some social media influencers that we know, they're like, just do it. Just jump in and do it. So we did.
Yeah.
Here we are now.
The whole social media network, when we started coming up with the idea, we understood that we're not going to be able to do everything all at once right in the beginning. And that really wasn't possible. But we wanted to take the idea and start someplace. And the idea to start someplace was the studio. And when we came up with the studio idea, we came up with the design, a plan. How can we make this space multifaceted, which we haven't even gotten over to the other side with you guys yet, where the couches and stuff is. You've probably seen it in some pictures.
I have some ideas for this summer, though.
Yeah.
I do have some ideas.
But there's lots of different options on how you can do the whole YouTube thing. I mean, you can do it in a studio. You can do it out in the world, wherever you want to go. You can do it from, some guys do it from their truck. You know, there's lots of different options. But we thought that the studio was best. And it really gave us a focal point that we could kind of pay attention to and get ourselves into. And when we're in this space, we're in the mode of making videos.
Well, and I think that has a lot to do with it. We lead very busy lives and do many other things. And so when we're in the studio, we can completely immerse ourselves in this project.
Yeah, and focusing on it. Yeah. And, you know, the thing with the social media network is not only just to help promote our business, help our support our clients, but also support our real estate agents and to promote some of the great businesses and great people that are out there doing work for people. So we get the opportunity to give away a bunch of free marketing and stuff for all of our special guests that come in and talk and stuff, which is awesome.
Well, and you guys get to learn from them too, because not everybody works with, you know, the same people that we do. And we get a lot of questions, a lot of clients and people that we haven't done inspections with, but saw our name out on the, you know, on the internet. You had a call this afternoon, you know, and they're like, hey, I see that you do radon testing. Had a bunch of questions. We answered the questions and gave them some resources and that kind of stuff. And I mean, that's what we're here for. That's what we enjoy doing.
Yeah.
No matter
And like,
what.
I was on the phone. We had a washing machine issue this weekend, and we're still dealing with that. But that's a side story. But the guys from Sixth Sense Appliance Repair talked to them today and they answered some of my questions. Whatever. I like, hey guys, I had this YouTube channel. You want to come on? Oh, they're like, yeah, that sounds great. And so we're gonna put them up on the website. They've come and serviced our equipment, our refrigerator, and our stove a couple of times. They actually did a microwave for us. You know, those kind of people really deserve a little bit of help, and they're out there working their ass off every day to fix stuff and help people and get to as many clients as possible. They don't really have time to do the marketing thing and stuff like that. So this is just a way to help them as well get their good name out there. So there's a lot of
we
good
just
reasons.
had Russ on with the mobile repair guys. I mean, we've been working with him for years with our snowblower and stuff.
Yeah, and even though Russ doesn't need any help marketing because he's way too busy,
he's just way too busy. He needs help. He needs employees. So he's like, can I come on and just, you know, do a little
he
segment?
wanted some help getting some employees
come on
out there.
And do that.
But we still got information out of him to help you guys better understand how to maintain and take care of your small engine equipment, which is just a great little resource. You know, the social media network, we have a lot of different branches and pieces of it and stuff like that. The whole goal for us was to jump in and get as deep as we can in a hurry, but we also understood we couldn't get too deep into it, so we have to remain sane. So we started out with just making some little individual videos, then we started the live show, then the live show turned into the podcast, and it's kind of
evolving.
It's like a slow snowball rolling down a hill, but it's a slow snowball. It's not a fast snowball. So
to keep Tami sane, I have a motto: simple, meaningful, and manageable. So we keep it simple in the message that we send and making sure that it's educating you guys. Meaningful, in other words, we're giving you meaningful content. I mean, we get ideas not only from the audience, but from things that happen or you guys run across too, and as inspectors and that kind of thing, or questions that we get from phone calls. And then I keep it manageable as well for my time. Yes, I know.
That sounds like a note.
I do. I have little notes of things.
Tami is not an impromptu person, okay? So Tami's got some notes. I love her. She's
and what's
great.
this?
This is home selling process from last week. No, I'm just kidding. There's some other stuff. But you know, we always try to make our stuff meaningful, and we don't want to waste anybody's time out there with information that is not relevant to anybody. So we always try to bring some good stuff. We do put a lot of thought into it. We send out an agenda to the people that are coming on the show a couple days in advance so that they can be prepared. I mean, it's really about kind of focusing for an hour of giving good information about whatever topic it is we're talking about. And in this case, we're talking about social media network, which, you know, when you look at the way that marketing and things are going these days, everything's hitting the social media, and the harder you can hit the social media, the better. You know, the days of putting your name in the phone book or putting an ad in the newspaper, gone by the wind. I mean, even the days of buying ads on Facebook, I mean, that's even kind of antiquated at this point. You know, you need to almost have your own social media network in order to promote yourself and your business and that kind of stuff. So if you're on Facebook and stuff, you can see people that are companies that are doing that, you know, and lots of good opportunities out there. You know, if you have good content, you have things that to say that people are interested in, you can win the battle. Let's get a little bit into this social media stuff. Now we have a number of different branches of the social media network that we have up and running today, that are running now. Okay. We have our YouTube channel, which if you haven't been on our YouTube channel is pretty good. You can go out there. We have 182 videos there. These are all the shorts. We have a bunch of videos. You can access all the live content.
We have different playlists. I tried to put together some playlists as well. So if you go to playlists, I've organized, if you've never visited the channel, but I've organized some of our videos into different playlists. Like if you're selling a home, we have a series there. Yep. JJ Deere has made an appearance. And
lots of good stuff out
there's
there.
A lot there with
but the YouTube channel is just one piece of that.
Only one piece.
Along with the YouTube channel, it also has the shorts. So when I'm on site and I'm seeing some goofy stuff on site or some cool stuff, like we had the one last week about the tankless water heaters. It's good.
I put that out there.
A positive short. Not everything's negative about homes. But we put shorts out there, and then we also do the live show. And the live show is great because it gives everybody an opportunity if you want to jump in there like Kelsey is and ask questions and to make statements or make jokes or whatever, absolutely. But it gives you an opportunity to also ask experts questions. And we always try to blast out, a couple hours before or a couple days before who's coming on the show, so that you can. And we tell you a week in advance who's coming on the show, so you can kind of put those questions out there so that we can get them answered for you when that person is here, and to kind of maximize their time so that they can get that information to everybody. Because if you have the question, odds are somebody else does as well, and we want to make sure to get that information into your hands. So the live show also throughout the week gets broken up into little shorter versions of these videos about the different topics.
Yeah, that comes out during the next month then.
Yep. So we kind of break those up into pieces so that it's not a full hour-long thing that you have to sit down and watch. But, if you want to, you can. But if you don't want to, we break it up into little segmented sections as well. That'll come out later in the week or in the month. All right. We also then take the live show, make it into a podcast. We also chop that into smaller sections for podcasts as well, which you can get those podcasts anywhere you get your podcasts. And there's more coming online all the time as far as where we can get those podcasts at. Almost anywhere you can think of getting your podcasts at, you can get, go to Alexa, say, Alexa, play the, Helpful Home Inspector podcast, or talk to your Google Nest or whatever, and they'll be able to get it for you as well. But lots of ways you can get the information and stuff. We also have our website. The website is Helpful Home Inspector. All you got to do is put in Helpful Home Inspector. You don't have to, put the www in or whatever, but we got all kinds of good stuff out there on the website. That's where our blog is going to be located. You can get little stories that I write and put out there and stuff, which I've got to get better at doing that more. But that's going to be in our work and things that we're working on. We also have the Facebook page, which you can follow our Facebook page, and we put all our videos and things like that up there, as well as also the alerts to who's coming each week. If there's any special announcements or any recalls or things that we are made aware of, we bring those up on the Facebook page for you and stuff as well. And then there's a couple elements that we have created our pieces, but we haven't really done a lot. I don't do it
on a regular basis. I got to get into a schedule, and that's on me.
Yeah,
I haven't always posted on Instagram. I just haven't done it as on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. So I got to put that into the calendar because I can't, and there's probably is a way, I just haven't had the time to figure it out, is can I put it out there and schedule it? Like, with YouTube, I can schedule a whole week if I want to once I create it.
We haven't delved into those products like Instagram, TikTok, and the Twitter. But I've put a couple tweets out, but not. I have to do I have to do better on that. And get more into it and how I can better use that piece, of our network. Lots of options out there. I know a lot of people like Instagram. A lot of people watch TikTok. A lot of people, I know there's controversy about TikTok too, the Chinese and all that kind of business. But that is not for us to mess around with. We're just trying to get information out to people. And the Twitter is just another way to do it as well. But we have those pieces up. It's just that I haven't been able to really do a lot with them yet. So, and we might even run some show polls and stuff through Twitter, which I can
actually run polls through YouTube. I found out now too.
Yeah, there you go. So we get the feedback. Lots of great stuff out there, and this is all the pieces that are make up our social media network. So lots of times these things will intermingle. Like the live show gets made into podcasts, and then that also lots of times the topics and what I'm going to do with the blog blog is that the topics that we're talking about each week is what I'm going to generate a blog post about and stuff. But we also have a number of other interesting things coming up in the future that are going to drive more of those elements as we go, you know? So the
Facebook and not the Facebook, the YouTube and the podcast are, you know, for people that are listening on the car ride there, it's really kind of nice to be able to listen to it on the podcast. With YouTube, you get the visual. So what I try and do is in the podcast, if you get the opportunity to listen to the podcast, but there's a part of it that you really want to see, I put the link to the YouTube video down below in the description. And I've had a couple people comment, that was nice because I really wanted to see what you guys were talking about. And then they could visit the video and go to that part and be able to see it. So for the visual people versus, you know, the audio people, it's kind of nice that way. And then Facebook, we're just on Facebook on a regular basis, so that's just natural.
Yeah, Facebook's on my phone, and I'll send a lot of stuff out with that, you know. And if I get a video that we did or whatever that you posted or whatever, and I want to forward, you know, push it through or whatever. I don't push them all through because I don't want to fill up people's feeds on Facebook or nothing. But you know, if it's a good one, why not? You know, and get somebody interested. You know.
Yeah, and then the website. It's always said, anytime that you're doing a social media network, having your own website that hosts and has everything in one place, and you being able to own that website is one of the number one recommendations in having a social media network.
Well, that we can edit ourselves, not be reliant on sending an idea to somebody for them to put the thing together. And just I built our website, I made our website, I did everything with it. Yeah. And you know, I have the absolute control over it. Now you can hire somebody to create that, and then you can control it from there if you want. But that's just another expense. And I mean, like we said before, this doesn't make us any money. We get nothing from this. Okay, there's no sponsors. There's no YouTube money. There's nothing. And it was a lot of expense. And I don't need to tell you the dollar figure, but you can imagine buying all the cameras, the lights, the TVs, making the table, all the stuff. You know, it all.
But it makes our lives a little bit easier. And we had some discretionary funds, and we decided to do this education piece.
It was exactly. I think it was a good investment.
And it gives us some fun things to do. And we like educating people, so
yep. Now, as far like I said, this doesn't make us any money, but eventually, I hope that we're might get some sponsors.
That's why we're in the long run.
I'd like to be a Ace Hardware man. So I'm just kidding, or a Milwaukee Tool man, or whatever. You know, if somebody is looking.
You do dream big.
If somebody's looking for a brand representative, sign me up. You know, but it'd have to be something that I agree with. So if you're DeWalt, sorry, I'm not going to be DeWalt brand ambassador. Not that DeWalt's bad. And I know there's a lot of you out there that might be DeWalt guys. I bleed red though. You know, if Milwaukee came running, I'd be jumping. I'm just saying.
You would.
But we'll see. As far as our special guests go, we do have a lot of different special guests. They are not paid. They do not pay us to come on the show. They are just people that I know personally, that I know will come in and do a good job, not only to be able to give you the information and stuff, but would also come to your home and do a good job if you did need them to come and service something on your home, whether it be put a roof on, whether it be, Kelsey, Milwaukee Tool, you know, or even just like the Sixth Sense guys coming to fix your appliances and things, or Russ coming to fix your lawnmower, snowblower, or whatever it may be. I know these people are going to do a great job for you, and so I don't want any of their money. I want to promote them and give you guys a good resource to get some not only service from, but also good information. You know.
Well, and on our website we do have recommended contractors, people that we know that we've used, we've recommended out to clients that we have, and that kind of thing, that are there to answer your questions and help you as homeowners. Because being a homeowner, there is no perfect house. Let me tell you. You're going to have maintenance, and that's why we're here. That's why we created the network.
Well, and like if you're looking for a fireplace, dude, you can go on there, get up Larry Berg from the Fire Factory. He'd be happy to help you.
Was on the show.
And he wants to come on again. We just got to hit him up with a topic. Now, being the fireplace is more of a winter thing. It'll probably be in the fall when we'll see Larry back again. Looking forward to having him back on the show again. Now, what is next for the Helpful Home Inspector Network?
You kind of filled me in. Which direction are we going on this one, honey?
Well, there's lots of different ways that the Helpful Home Inspector Network could go. We have already talked about a few of the ideas. Okay,
A few
so when we come up with our ideas, you guys, we have sheets upon sheets upon. There's notebooks. There's all kinds. I mean, here's the schematic for the office that we drew up. You know, I mean, we Tami and I are planners, and hence her notes and. Yeah, it just is what it is. But the ideas that we all have, and we kind of have to taper them in their realism.
Yeah,
right?
We do need
and
to be
what's
realistic.
manageable.
And I'm a penny pincher,
Tammy's
so
a penny pincher.
it's got to be within reason of what we
like,
do.
Like my skydiving live show that she shot that down. I'm just kidding. I don't know if I'd ever get the gall to go skydiving. I don't know if I got.
Well, I have a cousin, Kenny. He's a master. He's a master skydiver.
I don't know.
You could hit him up.
There's these
I could just film it because I'm
little strings holding up a lot of body.
Even Aunt Jean did a tandem with him.
Okay, Aunt Jean's maybe gutsier than I am. Let's just go with that. Yeah. So the next step that we're taking is probably going to be product reviews.
Yeah.
So we already started it, and we did do a couple of those, of product reviews, of unboxings and things like that, of products that we purchased. As far as the product reviews go, they're just going to be things that I use around the house, and sometimes it's not only the thing that I use, but how do I use it? When I think about this, I'm not thinking about the dude out there, and no insult to anybody, but if you've been owning your own home for the last 35, 40 years, you probably have a lot to teach people, but you don't have a way to teach the people. I do. And so if I can, bring out a bottle of CLR and tell people how they can best use CLR in their home, and some of you are like, what the heck is CLR? CLR is a great product that we use in a lot of different areas of our house to clean.
Because we have a lot of iron in the water.
We have a lot of calcium and magnesium in the water. It does a little bit with iron, but it does more for the calcium and magnesium deposits.
Sorry, that's why I'm not the inspector.
Yeah.
Just
the green and white crusty stuff at your shower heads, your faucets, your aerators, even in your toilet and tank and stuff like that. A great little product for those types of things. But the idea is we're going to bring out these products, show you what the product is, how it can be used in the home, and kind of go over some of the basics of that in short little 2 to 4 minute videos, nothing real long or anything like that. And then we're going to give links to those exact products on Amazon or different places where we can find those products for you, so that you can just order them online. Just click and order if you want. And it's just another way to help and support, especially first-time home buyers or newer home buyers, people that don't have that resource, that guy that's been living in and owning their home for 35 years or whatever. Or maybe they're just embarrassed and they don't want to ask people. If you don't want to ask your dad because you think you're going to sound like a dumbass, watch a video and you don't have to ask anybody. And if you want to, you can always leave comments on our website, and we're happy to help you out. But it's just a great resource for you to get some information. And as far as the information goes, it's information that you can rely on, because it's all stuff that I've done, I've used, that kind of stuff. And if I'm getting something new, I'm going to tell you, I just got it. I'll get back to you in a couple months and we'll let you know how it is. And we'll do a follow-up review of the product after I've been using it for a while. Like we had, what was that?
The sprayer.
The backpack sprayer.
Peter was our model. Yep.
Peter was our model. Yeah. Last year we shot that video. We used the sprayer all summer long. It was a great sprayer. And
we did have to switch out the nozzle, which I can't
the different type of nozzle to get the right kind of spray that we wanted. Yeah, we're gonna bring that up for our revisit as one of our product reviews or whatever. It's been a great little tool, and I'll go through some of the tricks and the things that I've found using it to help you, not only when you do buy it that you can understand how to use it, but also use it more efficiently and not have to deal with some of the problems that I had to encounter as I went through it, because I tried different things that I probably shouldn't have put in it. But ultimately I just had to clean it out a little bit more because the product that I put in there kind of formed a film on the inside, and I'll get into that. That's for the product review, people.
Hold that
okay,
for later, honey.
But that's going to be probably our next step. Is one of the long-term goals that we have is we're going to be building a barn door up north, right? Possibly.
We're hoping.
Yeah, we're going to be building a barn dominium up in northern Wisconsin, where our secondary home is.
We landed on trying to do a barn dominium up on our extra. So basically took over or inherited a piece of property up in Florence, Wisconsin, and love going up there, fishing, ATV, and all that kind of stuff. And then there was a piece of property that presented itself a couple of years ago across the street, giving us river access. And so we're still in the process. We kind of excavated it and that stuff, and did not create the video for that yet. We were waiting to do a little bit more with it before I started putting videos out about that. But we were like, okay, now what do we put up on this? And there's some restrictions, you know, with it being a different community and that kind of thing of what you can do and can't do. Our original plan, we were told could not happen. So we had to come up with something else. And I think we landed on the barn dominium is where we're going to.
Yeah, the property's up on it's a long hill, okay, looking down onto the Brew River, which is kind of a flowage, you know, it's like more like a lake than it is a river. But beautiful views, holy cow, and bald eagles and all kinds of good fishing, and it's just
deer constantly
outrageous.
There was a bear that visited.
There was a huge weekend. Black bear. I mean, he had to be a 300-400 pounder. He was ginormous. We have a big visit. He was probably his back was probably up just underneath my chest.
Yeah, he was a big guy.
He was a big boy. I mean, it's something I think everybody would love to watch go up, and it's got to be a better situation for us where we can be up there more regularly to monitor that and videotape that for you guys. But that's going to be another piece of this whole puzzle down the road. We also, Tammy's been dabbling with a North Woods edition.
Yes. I have been.
She loves. So we have our cabin up in Florence, and she loves doing the outdoor stuff up there. So the the outdoor North Woods type of videos. If you have that kind of a property, or if you have a secondary home, or if you just want to talk about outdoorsy type stuff, we're going to talk tractors, ATVs, axe throwing. Squirrels, birds, I mean, fishing, mosquitoes. Oh my!
Mosquitoes. But they're different products. We have found some products definitely help with mosquitoes. So again, that's the one thing that we've learned through our own experience. What products work the best.
Yeah, Wisconsin
and Northern Woods, they're known for mosquitoes.
The Wisconsin joke: the state bird is not the robin.
It is
the North Woods mosquito. But we found ways to manage those guys a little bit. We did. It works quite well. That's just another one of our avenues. We have a bunch of other different little ideas and stuff like that. I mean, there's so much you can do with all of this, and it doesn't require a lot more stuff. It usually just requires more time and more editing and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I could go out today and I could take the day off tomorrow and I could shoot probably 40 videos worth of content. Okay. But there's no way Tami would have opportunity to edit all of those. So we have to kind of time how we do things. Because I don't want a video that's been sitting there for, 6 months or whatever, that's
it just comes out.
Comes out. That would just be a little weird. So but it just
we're working on getting that momentum together, and that's with any creator. When you're creating different content and that kind of stuff, it's figuring out that do part and what's going to keep it manageable for you without pushing you over the edge where you go insane. So
I mean, and we're workaholics. We like to work a lot.
Oh, we do.
But we do have to draw a line, and we also are big on the work hard, play hard. So we have to make sure we take our play hard time as well. Hey, thanks for tuning in today, you guys. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you want to know when we put out the next one, give me a bell notification. It's a little bell on the bottom right hand side, and subscribe. You want to know when I'm coming out with new stuff, or whatever. You want to be able to check us out and be alerted to new video content coming your way. Subscribe button's really the way to go. Thanks again for tuning in, you guys. Remember, the better you take care of your house, better it's going to take care of you. Have a good one.